Ground control to Major Tom.
Or Major Sean.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Welcome back to the Stockwell Eldridge Show. We'll be talking with Major Sean Rife right now. That's why we wanted to play that intro. So I'm Jason Stockwell, Remax Results.
And I'm Dawn Eldridge with Remax Results.
Stephanie Havel, welcome back again.
Good morning, Stephanie Havel.
You
Wells
look
Fargo
stunning. I love
Mortgage.
your shirt.
Aw, thanks, Jason.
Your outfit, I should
You're
say.
so sweet to me. Thank you.
So we just, before we left on the break, we talked about the market update. We got to introduce to Chief Larry Erickson and his financial services company, which is part of TrustVets.org, which is an organization for veteran-owned businesses.
Oh, Jason, it's trustvets.com. Sorry.
.com?
Yep.
Okay, we'll
Trust.
correct that.
So trustvets.com.
TrustVets.com. Thank you.
And that's a network
It's a networking
of companies?
group. It's a networking group for veteran-owned businesses.
Okay.
Veteran-owned businesses. That's great. So we're wanted to touch base and get Major Sean Rife's story on his company, Junk 360, veteran-owned and operated, and introduce Sean. So welcome, Sean.
Thank you. Good morning. My wife will appreciate the music at the beginning. She's a big Bowie fan. So
Nice.
All right.
Oh, cool.
yeah. So again, my name's Sean Rife, and I own Junk 360. I was in the Army and Army National Guard for 25 years, and I retired 3 years ago. And my wife and I decided to start a business that we could give back to vets and veterans organizations, that we could provide a green business. And we kind of stumbled across a couple different options, and this is where we fell, and it's been a great venture. And so what Junk 360 is we're a full-service residential and commercial clean-out company. So we come haul out all the things that you have too much of, and then either take it, recycle it, donate it, or repurpose it in some way to help reduce its impact back on the environment.
So this is a question that Katie, my wife, is probably listening, or maybe, well, she's probably not, but if she does listen, we have a lot of extra junk at our house, and she's been wanting me to get it. I have it in a couple closets. Like, do you guys do like old TVs? What's the stuff you guys haul out?
We haul everything.
Everything?
So, everything. So
All
it's
right.
easier to tell you what we don't haul. So unless it's a household hazardous waste, which most of your counties will take for free anyway, we'll take it. So it's all
Household
the,
hazardous waste, like
it's light bulbs, fuel, gas, engines with fuel in it.
Well, it
things like
says
that.
right here, too, on his card. So junk we remove. Household junk, appliance, furniture, hot tub, shred removal, construction debris, and demo debris.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bad tenants. Junk, any junk in the trunk? How about
So we range from everything from like the TV show Hoarders. We've been in hundreds of those houses now, where it takes, anywhere from 6 to 10, 15 truckloads to haul everything out and get it empty.
I've been in a
And
few of
then-
those
yes.
houses.
And when you say it's green, Sean, then what does that mean? So where does the junk go?
Sure. So what we do is we take a look at what's available right off the bat, and if it's in good condition, we'll donate. We try to work with organizations like the DAV, Vietnam Vets, and they donate through Savers and other organizations. But we still also work with Catholic Charities, Goodwill, and we just work our way down the list to get rid of those items right off the bat. From there, we work with our counties with recycling centers. We recycle metal, paper, plastics. That all gets sorted out. And then if there's furniture, even some of the stuff in your house, it just gets torn apart and it's still recycled. It doesn't end up in the landfill.
So that's nice. So it's not like this big dumpster. You're coming and you're just taking everybody's stuff and throwing it in a
Right.
dumpster. You actually kind of remove it with a little care and concern, right?
Yes,
so
that's
That's
exactly-
what you're saying. Like household items, like somebody's trash is another person's
well, you're
treasure.
gonna get a call from
Yeah.
me, Sean, and or my wife, because we'll need stuff. We're gonna need stuff taken out of our house. And the timing for both you guys couldn't be better. For Larry Erickson and Sean Rife, spring cleanup. Everybody, we always recommend that if you're selling your house. I don't care if you are selling your house or not. You probably are going to go through a spring cleanup time. And we're already starting. The weather's been great, so we're going to be starting spring cleanup now for selling or not for selling, and then also for financial services. People are getting their tax returns back. They're thinking of buying a home. They're renewing their leases. They're meeting their financial advisors, right? That's kind of what you're seeing, right? So
Yes.
the timing of you guys as being on the show is great, because I think you guys can be a great service to a lot of the people out there that you folks listening that might have need for some of these things or need help with some of these things. And,
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I was going
go
to say, too,
ahead.
I just looking on the back of Larry's card as well, just some of the other things that you, like LifeLock and then My Care Plan. So those are some other services too, Larry, that you offer?
Correct. You know, when I first spoke, when we talk to a client, we're trying to focus on a couple things. Often they come to us as a referral from a mortgage company, real estate, because it's kind of the John Wayne effect. They get shocked. Oh, I'm not qualified. Got to fix the problem. So we fix the problem, but that education piece and then protecting their assets. So the My Care plan, what that's about, it's a will, a trust, healthcare power of attorney, and financial power of attorney, and then LifeLock identity protection. So it's great to get somebody's credit up and get their finances, get them out of debt, through our Debt Zero program. But it's also even greater if we can protect that. Doesn't do you a lot of good.
I think someone said at one point, I don't know what the age limit was, or but you should have a healthcare directive, no matter what. I think if you're an adult,
Correct.
And then some sort of will if you have any assets. Correct. I mean, that's kind of the basics. Right?
Well, what people don't realize, especially family members, if you got kids,
Yeah.
it's really great if you've got 2 or 3 kids or 1 kid or whatever, and you think that your brother's going to take care of them if something happens to you. The state of Minnesota might have a different opinion on that. So unless you have it identified in your will and your trust, your wishes are not going to be made. So you have to have that stuff in order to protect your assets, including your family.
Yeah, where you can direct it instead of leaving it up to a
Correct.
third party, which would be essentially the state of Minnesota for a
Yeah,
lot.
the probate court.
Including all of your assets. That's the same
Including all
principle
of that.
applies.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen.
And what is your website, Larry?
Well, my personal website is www.essentialsforlifecreditrepair.com. So that's the number 4, essentialsforlifecreditrepair.com is my personal website.
And check out the Stockwell Eldridge Show on Facebook. We'll have Larry's information and Sean's information on there for you to find that out if you are unable to write it down, if you're driving right now. For Larry Erickson for Financial Education Services, and for Junk 360 for Sean Reif. Question for Sean. 360, is that just the whole part about, what is that? What's the
Yeah,
purpose
that
of
we
that?
just
Recycle
that just
kinda?
talks about how we kind of everything comes full circle. So if we can
Nice.
put it back into somebody else's hands, we can give it back to a military family or a veteran. That's great.
I thought maybe you worked 360 days out of the year and you left 5 for off.
We do take off Sundays, so no, we've missed a day there.
Hopefully you take off holidays too.
We do,
Yeah, not just Sundays.
yes.
So,
Great.
yeah, so, and then you can also find a lot of other veteran organizations on the trustvets.com site. And Stephanie, I know do you know both Sean and Larry ahead of time, or are they part of the organization? Are you guys
Part of
it,
Trust.
or-
Well, so Wells Fargo is part of the Trust Vets
Okay.
organization, and so we've done. Obviously we do VA loans, and we have a large team member network of veterans as well. And I always say I'd love to hire a veteran. I mean, amazing. The skills, the dedication, the commitment, anything like that. So if have sales skills, interested in mortgage, and you're a veteran, love to hire you.
Same thing for real estate. We're looking,
Yeah.
Dawn and I are looking for
Yeah. So, but I
motivated
just,
team
I
members,
just
too.
have, nothing, but absolute respect for our veterans. So anytime, especially you can work with a veteran-owned business, just a way to give back. And like you talked about, Sean and Larry, you too, I'm sure, just how you help your fellow veterans or armed forces.
Armed forces, yeah.
Armed forces.
So
I
you
should learn my
have
language
25 years, right, for Sean in the service, and Larry, you were
31.
31. Yeah, so that's a lot of service, guys. That's great.
I never knew anything about the Trust Vets organization, so I think it's really helpful for people to learn about it because I would love to be able to help out veterans in any way that I can. I'm
Right.
so grateful for everything they do and you guys do.
Well, I think if you went out to the Trust Vet website, you'll find that it's really simple to use. You just type in what service you're looking for. I need an accountant. I need a broker. I need a handyman. I need junk removal. And it'll list up all of the providers that are veteran-owned businesses in your area. And right now, there's 200 to 300 members within the Twin Cities.
About 350.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, and check it out on Facebook, too.
And this
They've
is
got a
more
great
than just the
Facebook-
Twin Cities, then. This is a national
They're
thing?
slowly working nationally. So
Nice.
Cincinnati has it.
Okay.
Boise, Iowa.
Boise, Idaho.
So let me ask you, Larry, about your business. Is it just as far as, credit, you talk about, the kind of the credit counseling, is it individual or do you do group counseling? Like maybe maybe it's a husband and wife, or maybe you got a brother and sister. Like, okay, I need this, but I know my sister and her husband need it too. Do you offer classes or seminars, or is it more one-on-one type of education?
Well, it's all the above, and I'm going to change the word from counseling to working with people.
Okay.
Counseling's got its own distinctive definitions there. But like I said before, often our referrals come from mortgage people, real estate people, and bankers. And then we have a referral network that comes from that. But we also work with companies. We have a program we can go in and implement our program through payroll deduction in the companies. So the idea behind that is, and I'm sure you know in the real estate business, there's a lot of people out there that maybe want to sell their house and buy a new one, but they know they're not qualified, so they don't even go talk to the mortgage person yet. So if we can get inside companies, we can offer these services and help them establish, get them out of debt, build their credit up, and then that frees them up to be able to go out and place their house on the market. So yes, we work with individuals and with groups. So.
Yeah, that's a very critical thing right now because of even though the economy is going great, jobs are going great in the Twin Cities especially. Dave Ramsey, I get an email from Dave Ramsey, who's just on the sister station here of the radio station. He said that 63% of all college graduates have more than $10,000 of debt, and it will take them decades to pay it back. Some 10,000, some of it is a lightweight, some of them are 100,000 or more. So that is a financial burden that you need to address, or just like anything.
And it'll impact your financing. We do have, even if they're deferred payments, we still have to calculate them.
And that's where speaking with someone who's a financial planner can help you go through and manage that, because you got to think about it before you do it. Not to say don't go to college. I'm not saying that. Well, maybe you don't need to. I don't know. But anyway, we'll be back with more. I'm Jason Stockwell, Remax Results.
And I'm Dawn Eldridge with Remax Results.
Stay tuned, folks.